What's going on YouTube? It's calsoscoped. I'm back with another video. I'm just going to be talking about something today in this video as the speed art is playing, but this is just my honest opinion on why you guys are struggling with your jersey swaps, right? So mainly the main thing that I see that people are struggling with jersey swaps is just because they're just too focused on getting it done fast. Like, that's just the main thing. So just will come out messy and just not kept up well, or just too many marks that don't look like they should be there, right? When you're using like clone stamp tool or whatever you are to fill out the jersey and get like numbers off or whatever it may be. So it's just like you need to slow it down when you're doing jersey swaps. There's no rush, there's no time code that is saying that you have to finish something super quick when you're doing a swap, right? So just be sure that you're slowing down and taking your time when you're doing a jersey swap. Then another thing is making sure you have all your photos right off the bat. Like, don't like wait until the end to try and start gathering up photos, because that's just another thing that's going to key in your head as yeah, I need to rush this again, blah blah blah. You don't need to rush. Just when you're doing your jersey swap and you're going to do it, make sure you have the photos that you're going to use already. And if you don't and you need to grab a couple photos during the swap, no big deal, you can do that. But just try to get as prepared as you can before you start doing your designing. Then another really important thing that you guys want to make sure that you're doing is using displacement maps. Now, I have a couple tutorials on displacement maps, and I show you guys how to use displacement maps, but a lot of you guys are like new to the channel. I know you're like just joining and trying to get some swaps done, things like that in sports designing. So it's going to be really important that you guys learn like displacement maps, because those help you. Displacement maps pretty much help you to filter out and make everything look more smooth when you're adding outside materials or outside elements to a jersey or to a design, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to only be a jersey. It just is really good. So make sure you guys check out some displacement map tutorials before you're just gonna start doing jersey swaps that are gonna take a little bit more of skill. Like, say if you're doing like football swaps, those are still really hard for me, so I have to be sure to make sure I have all my stuff right and ready to go before I'm doing it. And then another thing is, when you guys are gonna mask out a jersey, like what you guys are doing a lot of times is you're using too much clone stamp tool, and you don't want to do too much clone stamp tool when you're doing the jersey swap. You want to try and use the lasso tool or the pen tool to get certain areas masked out before you go ahead and start using the clone stamp tool. So you can use the lasso tool and get really big areas covered, make a selection, then you would press Shift F5 and you would content aware fill that instead of using the clone stamp tool everywhere, because then it's going to get a bunch of repeated patterns and it's not going to look really good, because content aware fill is there to help you because it's getting data that it sees. It's getting data that it sees, and it's making an accurate guesstimate of what it should be filling out for that space that you selected. Alright, so I think I'm going to start a jersey swap, like just basic tutorial, like a tutorial step, like every week or something, drop a video on like just increasing difficulty, because I think a lot of times like we get ahead of ourselves and we don't want to like learn the basics, but the basics are so very important to designing. So it's just a really important thing that you learn the basics first in designing, not only on jersey swaps, but I'm just talking about in general. Like when I first started out, I was just gung-ho and I wanted to make the best designs possible right away, and I didn't get the basics down, which is definitely to my fault. It's so important to just learn the basics of Photoshop, whether it be the interface, a couple of tools you don't really know how to use or what the purpose is for them. That's really important to just start understanding and knowing why things are there and why you're going to use the tools that are given to you in the app, because then you're going to be able to make educated decisions based on the tools that you have at your display. And opening up your variety of the tools that you can use is going to only advance you in Photoshop and make you a better designer in a quicker amount of time actually than you might notice. Because if you're getting better at all those little basics and you're just building up your skills, you're gonna get exponentially better. That's why I always say basics to beast. All right, guys. So that's what I really just wanted to say for this video. I'm thinking about starting this Photoshop, just a Photoshop overall tutorial course where we just go from the basics and we get nice with it. All right, so let me know what you guys think about that, and if this video helped you think about some ways, just some clarity for you guys, let me know down below. That being said, it's been calsoscoped. Make sure you guys stay scoped. Sub up to the channel if you guys are new. Comment down below what you want to see and if you want to see the idea. And I'm out, man. Peace.